Hola Amigos! Hi friends, this is Michelle from Aprosae Preschool Spanish, and I'm going to answer a question for parents, which is, what do I need to do if I need to brush up on my Spanish skills, or maybe even just expose myself to Spanish for the first time? All right, if you have learned Spanish in the past, let's say in high school you took maybe the required 2 years, this is going to be a little easier for you. Some of it's going to come back. If you have never had any Spanish exposure at all, you can still do this. And I'm going to go over some things that are going to apply to both of you. First, I have provided a pronunciation guide. The link is below, and you can click on that and get a pronunciation guide. I also am going to have a video that's going to go through all the different sounds so you can recite them with me. But you have this downloadable that you can use as a quick reference once you get comfortable with the sounds. Second way you can study up on Spanish is just go to your local library. They're going to have probably access to software, to books, audiobooks, all kinds of things that you can do. They might even have a conversational Spanish class that you can join. And that way you can learn Spanish or brush up on your Spanish. One of the authors I like a lot is Arlene Julie. It's Jullie, and she has Quick Start Spanish. It was made in 2000. I used to use it in 2000 to teach adult Spanish, but I still think it's a very relevant book, and it's really fun. A lot of times it's just fitting what your learning style is to the software or book that works best for you. The third way to study up on your Spanish, if let's say you took maybe 2 to 4 years of Spanish, maybe 2 in high school, 2 in college, then you might benefit from listening to a Spanish TV series or a Spanish radio program, and just to hear those kinds of sounds depending on how you did in your Spanish classes. And I will say, you can just sit down with your child and look at our videos and you will learn Spanish with them. You'll learn the same words, you'll be able to help them. And so that is one simple way. If none of these other ways work for you, just look at our videos with your kid. You could go to events that have the Latin culture and the Spanish language present. You might have a Cinco de Mayo, a 5th of May event. You might have a church service that's in Spanish. But I would bring your child to some of these events too. They're colorful, they're festive, they're fun, and they can get to feel the culture all around them. Become a friend with someone who is Spanish speaking. I'll tell you, the quickest way to really understanding a culture and embracing it and loving it is to love a person who is part of that culture, who speaks that language. So many people are so willing to share their culture and their language with you. So if your child has a Spanish-speaking friend in her class, maybe the parents are Spanish-speaking, it'd be great, go to the park with them. And maybe you're not going to be best buds with the parent, but your child likes their child, and they can develop a friendship, practice some words together. That is just such a great way for either you or your child to really acquire Spanish more, but also expand your world in so many ways. And the last thing I want to share about learning and brushing up on Spanish is be your own cheerleader. There are 3 main points I think that are important about being your own cheerleader. You can do this. This is not some mountain you can't overcome. There's been recent research. I remember just decades ago they used to say, oh, no, once the neural pathways are developed, you can't build new ones. And research has shown recently that yes, even into senior years, you can build new neural pathways. The second thing is, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, just like anything else. And the third thing is, please have fun doing it. Thanks a lot for listening. If you have any comments, please drop them below. Send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Adios, amigos. Bye, friends.